This is Ty from Acquira. Acquira helps people buy businesses. That's what we do.
But a question that comes up a lot in this process is what happens after I acquire a business? It's a lot for people to process. People are reactive rather than strategic. It can be really overwhelming. And that's why we invented our integration program, which helps people transition businesses from owner operated to management run. What is the difference between those? Well, an owner operated company is when there is a single owner who has many responsibilities, wears many hats, and is just so stuck in the day-to-day operations of the business that they can't think long term, they can't think strategically, and the company can only grow past a certain point when it's run like that. So we help owners transition from that state to management run, where those responsibilities are downloaded to a team of tenured employees that will manage the day to day, and they know how the company operates because they've been working for the company, and they can each handle one aspect of the job. This leaves the owner time to either step away from the daily operations of the business, or at least take some pressure off of them, and think more strategically about the long-term vision for the company in order to help it grow. At Acquira, we have what we call integrators, and our lead integrator is Doug Thorpe. Doug has years of experience in leadership training and helping with this sort of change management. And so we wanted to bring you his story and get some insight from Doug. Here's our conversation.
So, Doug, you're Acquira's lead integrator at the moment. Could you give us a little bit of your background?
Yeah, Ty, happy to do that. For me, the early part of my career, I actually started out as a student of leadership in school. I was fascinated by the theory of leadership. I leveraged that into a very short-lived career as an officer in the U.S. Army. Got commissioned out of college, spent some time on active duty, and then left that and joined a large regional bank. So I became a banker of all things. Didn't know how long I was going to be there, but it turned into a 20-year career of working with businesses of all sizes. We were a business bank, and we had a philosophy of really getting engaged with our customers. We didn't sit behind our mahogany desks. We were out in the field, sleeves rolled up, boots on if we needed to, hard hats, etc., really walking the life that our customers lived. And learned a lot of things, saw a lot of different challenges in business, saw a lot of different styles of ownership and leadership in the field, and really valued that. And I took an early retirement from banking, became a consultant, and was pretty much doing the same thing, helping clients and businesses. And I was honored to be approached by Acquira to join the integration team. And when I heard the vision of what integration of these businesses is about, for me, it was a perfect storm in a very good way of helping future owners come in, take over existing businesses, follow a blueprint, and really take them to the next level.
I'm curious, what is it about, or what was it about leadership in general that you found so intriguing that you pursued it for so long?
I don't know. We have a joke in my family. It talks about me being captain of the crossing guard in elementary school. Back when I was in school, we actually put badges and reflector vests on kids and sent them out in traffic with signs to stop the traffic and help the other kids across the street. Modern thinking says that's not a good idea. And, you go through a school zone now, there's always an adult volunteer doing that job. But back in the day, kids did it. And we had our own little structure of promotion, squad leader, captain, and all that. And I saw that, had a passion for it, worked my way up to captain of the whole thing, and kind of never looked back. And for me, leadership is not about getting the title or the honor. It's about the opportunity to serve and help bring an organization to a new level of performance, success, and prosperity.
And business owners that come in, acquisition entrepreneurs that come into the program, buy a business, part of that is about helping them become better leaders and forming a leadership team. Could you speak a bit to the process and sort of why that's important?
Well, I alluded to the blueprint and the vision that Acquira has for this integration step in the process, as in my words, a perfect storm of things that I think are so very valuable. If I think back on my days as a banker and looked at what I saw in the field, I saw companies that had gone through the first early stages of development, classic entrepreneurs startup. They elevate up and get some traction. They start getting proof of concept. The market starts becoming aware of who they are, and they actually start, excuse me, experiencing some success. But then there's this invisible wall that I watched those owners hit, and the business was outgrowing and outperforming their personal ability to lead. And some owners, fortunately, realized that conundrum or that challenge, and they got help. They found outside support, coaches, advisors, experts, consultants, whatever, to kind of help them bust through that wall and go ahead and continue the growth path. Others chose to refuse and were unwilling to make those changes. And the companies didn't necessarily fail, but they just didn't grow the way they could have grown because of the actual value of the proposition that the owner had created. So it was a very ironic paradox there that happened. It frustrated me when I couldn't help an owner see that and move through that. So in the Acquira model, we kind of hit with the acquiring executive coming in, taking over a business that's already at that stage. It's already risen up to a certain level of performance, revenue, and margin. And now they're acquiring that whole platform. So the business is already at that place that it needs that expanded vision, that slightly more sophisticated, more mature thinking about how to run it and turn it into its own entity that really, can have a life of its own.
Great. Well, I think that covers the integration side of things. Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I think we've hit it pretty well. I guess I'll just say in closing, I think the value in what we do in the integration program at Acquira really does help that individual who is putting up the money, investing in buying this business, but really creating a solid, strong foundation of potential success. And by following the framework that we've designed with the integration phase, you then can see your way forward to really making the choices and making the decisions you need to really improve your potential for greater success.
Fantastic. Thanks, Doug.
All right. My pleasure.
Thanks again to Doug. If you'd like to learn more about Acquira's management run philosophy, the first step is to buy a business, and that begins with the Accelerator Program. Sign up for the Accelerator Program, and once you're in, we'll show you what that post-acquisition landscape looks like. Thanks so much for your time.